But what is also important, and this is what we had in a discussion with them, is that it's not just a monitoring exercise, that we really need to look at what we are doing, where the gaps are, and how do we actually fill in the gaps, so that we don't assume that, firstly, that everything's happening, and we just need to report on it. We also need to understand that there are going to be gaps, and we really need to understand where the gaps are, what are we going to do as a system to address those gaps. I mean, this is a given, that's why we are going to be reporting on the SDGs, because the President endorsed this development agenda and committed South Africa to implementation. So science, technology, and innovation have been recognized as an enabler in the successful implementation of the SDGs, and it will also help in the monitoring and evaluation, because it requires, mining of data, it requires looking at what the departments are doing, and we are very much involved in this management of information and data. So we also recognize there's a need to coordinate nationally at the sectoral level, particularly the science system, in order to support and play a meaningful role both nationally and in international engagements. So South Africa has said that it wouldn't report in the 2-year period, but it will be reporting in 2019. And so all the work that is being currently in progress in terms of setting up coordination committees, etc., is to ensure that we are able to fulfill this reporting. Because I think what's key is that we are doing stuff, but how do we report to the international system, that we don't start to duplicate initiatives. We try to understand what we are doing in the system, report on that, and then going forward, understand how do we plug the gaps. So in terms of the Addis Ababa action agenda, for the post-2015 development agenda, which is the finance for development, it's called for the establishing of a technology facilitation mechanism. And this is recognizing, again, the importance of science, technology, and innovation, and technologies in order to enable us to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. And amongst the things that this mechanism will comprise of is, firstly, at the international level, the existing UN agencies that are already working with addressing some of these challenges, including looking, say, for the challenges of climate change through the UNFCCC, the challenges posed to the environment, for example, the United Nations Environment Program, United Nations Development Program. So they have, at that very high United Nations multilateral level, people that sit together and discuss it. But within, at a national level, we then participate in what is called a collaborative multi-stakeholder forum on science, technology, and innovation for the Sustainable Development Goals. And at a national level, one of the initiatives, and this is just a start, and I mean, this is one we're going to bring to your notice, but there's just a recognition that there are many other such initiatives that for information on existing science, technology initiatives, mechanisms, and programs within South Africa. So I'm just going to look at that. So the DST participated in the multi-stakeholder forum in June 2016 and May 2017, and our Lindiwe Gama from the Multilateral Cooperation Unit participated within these meetings. And these were at the margins of the 2016 multi-stakeholder forum. A global innovation exchange was held, and this is a platform for innovators, funders, and experts to connect and share relevant information, and provides a platform for innovators to deposit their innovation, because that's what the technology facilitation mechanism is. It's recognizing that across the world there have been, through philanthropy, through national governments, there have been technologies that have been developed that will enable us to address some of the challenges that are addressed within the Sustainable Development Goals. And those should be accessible, and there should be a one-stop shop, a portal where that people could go and find these different technologies that are available globally and access them. And that's what the technology mechanism is trying to do, is trying to identify, source, and give a platform where the people can access these technologies. And this is a work in progress. The UN system is working together with all of its partners in order to create this platform, and at a national level we are also working towards creating such a platform. So the DST is going to participate in this global partnership and initiative that is the GIE, and what it's done is one of the first initiatives that we've identified, recognizing, as I said, that there might be others that that we need to also create a much more international awareness around, is that there is the South African Sustainable Development Knowledge Hub, which is hosted at the University of Pretoria, which is the first African platform that connects development actors with research and innovations relevant for the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals and their goals and visions. So the research infrastructure, the physical infrastructure is provided by the University of Pretoria, and that will execute the core functions, but it includes space, computer equipment, internet connectivity, but the technologies are coming from all of the various actors that are already out there. So it's not going to be what this Knowledge Hub is going to be doing is trying to create a platform at a national and African level where people can deposit what technologies that are freely available. Obviously, there are technologies that have intellectual property and people are trying to create a business from them, but the freely accessible technologies are going to be deposited, plus also guidelines, etc. will be. So this Knowledge Hub is going to, and then if you go through it is active at the moment, Lindiwe, yes, and you can go onto the platform. Sorry, you just search for the South African Sustainable Development Knowledge Hub, and it's an online platform. At the moment, you can so you can type in water and sanitation, for example, and then it'll bring up the various water. And it's not at this moment. It's in a process of being developed, and people are busy depositing their technologies, and we encourage people who do have technologies that are freely available to contact the University of Pretoria Sustainable Development Knowledge Hub and begin to deposit your technologies there. So it will accommodate, okay.